Because the world says might will make right for the natural resources of other countries, we see oppression and war and terrorism and chaos in resource-rich countries from Russia through the Middle East to Africa. So, Iran, Iraq, Syria, Saudi Arabia, Libya, Congo. When we look at the foreign news, these are just some of the countries where scary stories come from because of our rule of might makes right for resources. Now, the good news is that we can abolish might makes right for resources. And we know we can because humanity has won so many victories over might makes right already. In fact, our victories over might makes right over the past 300 years are some of the greatest milestones of human progress ever. Think about that rule of might makes right in history. 300 years ago, that was the rule that made the slave trade legal. 300 years ago, our law said that whoever can control a human being by force, we can legally buy that human being from them. Might made right. Back then, the law said that if one country conquered the land of another, it got the legal right to rule that land. Might made right. If an empire could subjugate a foreign people, it got the legal right to rule those people as a colony. Might made right. And back then, whoever had the most power in a country could do whatever they wanted to its people. They could violate their human rights, install a racist apartheid government, even commit genocide. All of those things used to be totally legal. Back then, might made right for almost everything. Over the past 300 years, might makes right has been abolished for all of those things. The slave trade, conquest, colonial rule, human rights violations, apartheid, genocide, they're all now illegal, and we should congratulate ourselves for that, because these struggles have ended in some of humanity's greatest victories for progress. Now, you know as much as I do that abolishing might makes right has not magically stopped bad things from happening. An illegal slave trade still exists today. Human rights are still violated today. But these are now vile crimes that every decent person condemns. We're now on the right side of history for things like the slave trade and apartheid. But we're still on the wrong side of history for resource trade, where that bad old rule of might makes right still zombies on for how we buy oil and other natural resources. Below, you'll see just a few of humanity's historic victories over might makes right. And at the very end, you'll see that we've even taken the first step to get onto the right side of history with natural resources. In 2003, the big diamond buying countries made it illegal to buy blood diamonds from the brutal warlords who were seizing them and selling them on to consumers in earrings and engagement rings. The world has already banned blood diamonds. On the next pages, you'll see how we can ban blood oil too.